Award-winning actor Johnny Depp was a musician who fell into a career of acting. He quickly became a teenage heartthrob, however, truly despised that title. Welcome to the review, and today we're going to take a look at the life and career of Johnny Depp. In this episode, we'll reveal how he got his big break, how he shed his heartthrob status, and his quest to prove to the industry that he had what it takes to thrive as an actor. All that and more coming up. John Christopher Depp II was born June 8, 1963 in Owensville, Kentucky. He was the youngest of 4 children. Depp's family moved frequently during his childhood, eventually settling in Florida in 1970. His parents divorced in 1978 when he was 15 years old. Depp had a passion for music at a young age, which eventually led him to drop out of high school in 1979 at the age of 16. He started playing in a band called The Kids. After some modest local success in Florida, the band moved to Los Angeles in pursuit of a record deal, changing its name to Six Gun Method. In addition to the band, Depp worked a variety of odd jobs to stay afloat. In 1983, Depp married makeup artist Lori Ann Allison, who then introduced him to Nicolas Cage. The two hit it off and quickly became drinking buddies. Cage helped Depp get an audition with Wes Craven for A Nightmare on Elm Street. Depp, who had no acting experience, said he ended up acting by accident, thanks in part to catching the eye of Craven's daughter. Depp landed the role of the main character's boyfriend.
I'm gonna punch out your ugly lights, whoever you are.
What's going on here, an orgy or something?
Maybe a funeral, dickhead.
It's just a sleepover date, Rod.
Johnny really had no desire to be an actor as a career, but in order to support his music career, he needed money coming in. So he took on roles in Private Resort in 1985 and Oliver Stone's 1986 Vietnam War drama, Platoon.
What's the bitch saying? I don't know. She's going on about why we kill the pigs. They're farmers. They got to make a living. All that kind of shit. Jeez.
Then in 1987, Depp landed a breakout role in 21 Jump Street. The series ran for 5 seasons with 103 episodes. The series was about cops going undercover in high school and solving crimes. And Depp quickly became a teenage heartthrob. Even with the success of the show, Depp grew increasingly annoyed at being labeled a teenage heartthrob. He took this as an insult and wanted to be respected as an actor and not a pretty face. Depp was released from his contract with the series after the 4th season. At this point in his career, he really embraced the idea of acting as a long-term job, but he knew he needed to be selective with his next starring role. He didn't want to be typecast into another cheesy role and forgotten about. He wanted to be respected as a talented actor. In 1990, Depp chose a lead role in John Waters' film Cry Baby.
Although, Jump Street and all that was a great opportunity for me, and it kind of did put me on the map to some degree, but it put me on the map in a place that I wasn't necessarily ready to land,
One of the big reasons why I decided to do Cry Baby, aside from the fact that, John is one of my heroes in film. I mean, he's like anybody that William Burroughs would call the Pope of Trash. I mean,
Right,
it's pretty
right.
great. But I'm a big fan of John, so it was great to be able to do that. But also, even more importantly, it was a chance to really make fun of the image that had been shoved down America's throats by the company that I work for. And
so Cry Baby for me, it was really the first time out of the gate for me where I was able to say, all right, fuck it, this is what I want to do. This is the direction I'm going to go in. It was the first one. And it was because of John and his sort of bravery, in casting me in the film in Cry Baby, that Edward Scissorhands came along, and it was because of Cry Baby and John that I think Tim maybe had a little bit more interest in me as an actor.
The film was a satire of films like Grease and Rebel Without a Cause. Waters had a long reputation of obscure, weird, trashy films. However, he was beginning to make a move towards more mainstream films and was coming off the success of Hairspray. Depp saw this as a perfect opportunity to show his range as an actor. He had long been a fan of John Waters and was ready to do something different. The film was praised by critics, but ultimately it was considered a box office flop, taking a loss of over $4 million. However, the film grew in popularity over the years and it's since become a cult classic. Also, in 1990, Depp landed the perfect role to show his range and ability as an actor, in Tim Burton's Edward Scissorhands. The costume and makeup alone made Depp almost unrecognizable in the film. The studio, however, originally wanted Tom Cruise to play Edward. Burton stayed firm with Depp as the lead and refused to cast anyone else. Johnny knew this role could potentially make or break his career, so he took it very seriously. And in preparation for the role, Depp watched many Charlie Chaplin films to study how to create sympathy and emotion without dialogue.
A lot of the things that Tim and I talked about was just to maintain the purity of the character, and I knew that early on it would rely on gestures and expressions. And Charlie Chaplin, I watched a lot of Charlie Chaplin movies. The way he walked, I thought, said so much about the character.
The film was a massive success, taking in 4 times its original budget. Depp was finally able to prove to the industry he belonged and was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy. This was the first of many films Burton and Depp worked on together. They built a lasting relationship throughout the years. In a matter of 6 years, Johnny Depp went from no acting experience to a Golden Globe nomination and respect from the industry. He finally embraced acting as a career and began taking things seriously by 1990. Join us next time for a look at Depp's life and career through the 90s. A few arrests, a few bad movies, and a whole bunch of drama. Thanks for watching, and leave a like on this video if you want to see part 2.
Well, one for all and all for one. And all we want is to have some fun. But squares beware of our property.